Learned yesterday that one way is to beat the mind with boots and broomsticks and shoes and so forth. Another technique that was given by Raghunathas Goswami is to control the mind by pleading to the mind, and we saw some nice quotation from Manasa Siksha that is pretty much begging to the mind, saying, you know, concentrate and focus on the divine couple. Now, on the same line, continuing, his words should make us examine our own heart. What do we treasure? So, this is where we stopped yesterday. Um, what Raghunathas Goswami speaks about is how that even though the Vedas has prescribed many activities, but the ultimate goal is to serve the divine couple Sri Radha and Krishna in Vraja. Now, the question is, what do we treasure? Because our motivation and whatever we do in our life is all depends on what we treasure in our heart. That is what is driving us in our life. Now, let's continue, start reading. Don't listen to the words of the tigress of impersonal liberation, which devours everyone. Give up attraction for Lord Narayana, which leads to the world of Vaikuntha. O mind, in Vraja, worship Sri Radha and Krishna, the two philanthropists who give away the jewel of pure love. The highwayman, Lust, and his friends have bound me at the neck with the painful rope of wicked deeds. O mind, please scream, O Krishna, O killer of Baka, I will be killed by highwayman. O mind, do that. O mind, do that, and the Vaishnavas will save me. This is verse 4 and 5. Devotees often notice that when the mind tries to grab something, there is a point where they retain the soul's freedom to choose Krishna. At that point, if they actually call out to Krishna for help, to Krishna, to Raghunath Goswami, to Srila Prabhupada, to any pure deep person, the mind recedes and they are saved. The mind cannot stand in the presence of these personalities. Spiritual potency. As Srila Prabhupada wrote in a number of initiation letters, the example is when the sun is in the sky, there is no question of darkness. Similarly, when Hare Krishna mantra is vibrating on your tongue and you are hearing attentively, then your consciousness becomes clear or Krishna conscious. And there is no question of Maya or a hazy consciousness. Just as when the light and the darkness come together, the darkness cannot stand before the light. So Maya cannot remain in the presence of Krishna. Always remember, therefore, to chant Hare Krishna, and that will save you in all circumstances without any doubt. The sadhana process presents us with choices. If we use our freedom to choose, we can know that what we choose will reveal what we actually want to achieve in life. What we think will make us happy. Is it the service of Sri Radha and Krishna or one of the comical presentations Maya offers? During japa, Maya will present endless distractions, but that's not our concern. Our task is simple: listen to Krishna's holy names, to a single holy name or one mantra, and call out to the Lord. You may have spent years on the journey to acquire the spiritual jewel of realization and taste. Will you allow the highwaymen of lust, pride, and envy to steal the jewels of realization you have already gathered? Misplaced anger can steal everything we have spent a lifetime gathering. Call out to Krishna to save you. We will come immediately. He will come immediately. He is already present in his name. Avinatvam nama naminaham. This is a nice story of where we should, if we read from Mahabharata, we see when Draupadi was calling out for Krishna, Krishna did not come at all. So, who saved Draupadi was Krishna's name, than Krishna. So, that's exactly what has been told here. Call out to Krishna to save you. He will come immediately. Well, in Draupadi case, he did not come because he is already present in his name. Abhinatvam nama naminaha. The mind may be holding tightly to its lust, but as darkness flees before light, the mind will release its attachment as soon as one actually takes shelter of Krishna conscious, takes Krishna's name. So this is another philosophical Vedantic point of view, but darkness is not just absence of light. According to the Vedic studies, Vedantic study, darkness is a substance. Sometimes people say that darkness is non-substance, it doesn't exist, it's not real, it's just the absence of light. But even here you can see that this is out of topic, but I just want to mention it because sometimes I see that people in lectures say that darkness is not real, but darkness is a substance. But tamaha, tamas, that's all mentions refers to darkness. It's a substance. The mind may be holding tightly to its lust, but as darkness flees before light, the mind will release its attachment as soon as one actually takes shelter of Krishna's name. Raghunath Das continues, mind, why do you burn both you and me by bathing in the trickling urine of the ass of deviousness and hypocrisy? Contemplating these words force us to become introspective, even if such introspection causes us pain when we see in ourselves the obnoxious qualities Raghunath Das is describing. We are devious and hypocritical, and we are bathing in the burning urine of an ass. The mind often ever so subtly seduces us into seeking fame, and it is willing to use hypocrisy, deceit, and even self-deceit to attain it. Pratishtadhyata upashaka ganaha. Pride is a weed that chokes the devotional creeper, a weed that often survives by deceptively disguising itself as humility. Material desire, anarthas, offenses, weaknesses of art. Have we invested our hope in these substance? I just want to not lose a track here because we've been reading for a few paragraphs here. The question, if you remember, what is the treasure in our heart? Right? So we are coming to the reality of what is the treasure. One may say my wife, my family, my father, my child, my job, these are all treasure. But you clear those things off and go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Maybe we'll be surprised to see that there's something else which is hiding as a treasure is not kept on the surface. We should know that, right? Treasure is always. My mother-in-law was telling yesterday that in the one of the villages where she knows as a temple, and they say that there is a treasury underneath a particular location because when you go there you can hear a sound tongue something like that. The people say there was a king over there, he was ruling that place, and then there's some treasure underneath, and you can't go closer because there's one aged old snake which always protects that area, and people doesn't want to take it because they are religious people, but the snake is protecting that thing without getting into the details. But for that matter, that even that treasure can be found. But what each one of us, we may be friends for hundreds whatever the year, but only we know what the treasure is. Sometimes we may not even realize our treasure which is there inside deep inside our heart, but that treasure, if it is not worthy towards our Krishna consciousness, that treasure will become a dangerous treasure also. Spoil our growth of Krishna consciousness, the creeper of bhakti. So material desire, anarthas, offenses, weakness of heart, have we invested our hope in these obstacles? He's not writing here, I am telling as in treasure. I'm just filling that blank here. Expecting them to actually deliver the happiness we long for. Yet the mind relentlessly grabs at them, hoping for satisfaction by bathing in the burning urine of an ass. Can't even imagine. Bathing in the urine of the cow is very good. That is purifying. But as Raghunath Das suggests a different type of bath. You should delight both you and me is talking to the mind. The Manasa Siksha is fully about having conversation with an individual is having conversation with the mind. In this case, is Raghunath Das Goswami. We just replace with ourselves. You should delight both you and me by eternally bathing in the glistening nectar ocean of pure love, Sri Sri Gandharva Giridhari. Gandharva Giridhari. The mind will now, Prabhu continues, the mind will never be satisfied with its material activities. It can only become truly satisfied by bathing in the nectar of the holy names, sincerely chanting in the association of devotees. And that's what we are trying to do here. Srila Prabhupada had his own technique for dealing with the mind. Simply ignore it and keep busy in Krishna's service, either by chanting, hearing, or otherwise serving the holy name. He also suggested that we not chant to enjoy the holy name, but as a servant of the name. This is all too difficult to, sometimes we do kirtan. We all love kirtan, right? Why do we love kirtan? We enjoy the kirtan. Here the consciousness totally changes. It's not for your enjoyment. It's difficult to, sometimes people I like to hear a certain types of melodies and keep on hearing to the same thing. Um, you know, uh, uh, Anyway, so like that, I was going to say, Rukmini puts every day night, there's one particular Madhava Prabhu's melody. Every day night, keep on going that particular melody, right? Like that, but it's an enjoyment for ourselves. But the question here is for your enjoyment or Krishna's enjoyment. So Srila Prabhupada had his own technique for dealing, I'm reading again, with the mind. Simply ignore it. But don't be thinking too much about this particular thing, what I said. We're all beginners. We should remember that point. If we think, oh my God, I'm still enjoying Kirtan, I'm still enjoying this one and that one, that means I'm not no, we are all beginners. Not that we are not devotees, we are beginners. That consciousness of we are beginners should be there. Um, and naturally, that grows through our maturity and actions and words and how we speak, how we talk, how we think, makes us mature in the way in Krishna consciousness. That's different. Um, so ignore it and keep busy in Krishna's service either by chanting, hearing, or otherwise serving the holy name. He also suggested that we not chant to enjoy the holy name, but as servants of the name. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura instructed his disciple to pray to the personified name to make them worthy of serving him. So I'll pause here. The chapter is not over yet. Now the next section, Prabhuji is going to tell becoming a servant of the holy name. So that's going to be the next thing. And tomorrow we can end this particular chapter. We just have maybe 40 seconds. Any reflection, anything of what we just read? Thank you all very much. We'll meet again tomorrow, 5 a.m. Central. Hare Krishna chant and be happy.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.